How are the Big Five, Meta, Apple, Google, Microsoft, and Amazon doing in the AI race? Is there a clear winner, and who lags behind? Welcome to SkyTech and Science. I'm Hector Duran. And if you've been following the tech world, even a little, you know that AI isn't just a buzzword anymore. It's a new epoch in technology, consuming the mind share of literally every major player. We are in a full-blown AI race, and today, we're pulling back the curtain on how the Big Five and some other key players are navigating this intensely competitive landscape. Let's dive in. First up, Meta, and it looks like they're caught in what's been described as a five-alarm fire in the AI race. Their recent Llama 4 release was apparently disappointing, even leading to accusations of gaming leaderboards. This has spurred founder Mark Zuckerberg into a frenzied effort to catch up, personally reaching out to hundreds of top AI minds and offering hundreds of millions of dollars to build a new superintelligence lab. Some potential hires have been hesitant due to past challenges and restructures, and Zuckerberg's vision of achieving superintelligence has been seen by some as vague. It seems Zuckerberg has belatedly realized that not only are Meta's models falling behind, but their overall AI effort needs new leadership and product thinking, showing a humility and bias towards action that's impressive. It's a clear sign that if Meta doesn't get AI right, their core business is far more threatened than perhaps they first anticipated. Now, let's pivot to Apple, which presents a very different picture. Compared to the others, Apple has minimal infrastructure and no cutting-edge AI model of its own. But here's their saving grace: their core business devices like the iPhone isn't immediately threatened by AI. Think of it this way: OpenAI, Claude, they're all just apps you use on your iPhone. Apple's move should be to embrace this by deepening its partnership with OpenAI and focusing on being the best hardware platform for these dominant consumer AI companies. This means investing heavily in AI-powered devices beyond the phone, including the Apple Watch, HomePod, glasses, and in the long run, even robotics and home automation. The challenge for Apple lies in its deeply ingrained identity as an integrated hardware and software maker. Moving towards a partnership model means accepting a loss of control. If they insist on going it alone, they'd need to make a major acquisition like Mistral and commit billions, which is a big shift from their current approach. Next up, Google, which in many ways is the opposite of Apple. Google boasts what's arguably the best AI infrastructure in the world, fully integrated from chips to networking to models. And their data advantage is unparalleled, drawing on the vastness of YouTube video, indexing the web, and years of collecting other data like scanned books. While their Gemini model has rapidly improved, real-world usage seems to lag behind competitors. The big problem for Google is search, their near-perfect core business model, which is vulnerable to the disruptive potential of AI. When you have nowhere to go but down, that's a real concern. However, the most promising area for Google is cloud computing, their Google Cloud Platform. Here, their infrastructure and model advantages can truly shine, without the burden of having to preserve search revenue. Moving to Microsoft, whose position seemed almost unimpeachable a couple of years ago. They have very good infrastructure and a crucial exclusive partnership with OpenAI as its cloud provider via Azure. While this relationship has become increasingly strained, with OpenAI even threatening antitrust complaints, Microsoft still holds most of the leverage, at least until 2030. Their priority should be to secure Azure's advantage permanently as the exclusive non-OpenAI provider of OpenAI APIs, even if it means giving up rights to OpenAI's business as a whole. Microsoft is also smart to deepen its relationships and investments in alternative model providers like xAI and Mistral. This hedges their bets and avoids total dependency on any single company. Finally, Amazon. I've become much more optimistic about Amazon's position. Why? Because AI isn't disruptive to any of its core businesses. If anything, they all benefit. Increased usage is obvious, but Amazon.com could also gain immensely from AI-powered product recommendations. Their partnership with Anthropic also seems much more stable than Microsoft's with OpenAI, as Anthropic's lack of a strong consumer play makes a supplier-type relationship with Oz very attractive. Oz's early investments in AI optionality, like Bedrock, and their own Trainium chips also position them well. As the largest cloud provider, enterprises often prefer to use AI near their existing data, giving AWS a natural advantage. Beyond the Big Five, we have the crucial foundation model makers like OpenAI, Anthropic, and xAI. OpenAI has effectively won the consumer AI space with ChatGPT, but faces conflicts with partners like Microsoft and Apple, who also want to own the customer relationship. Anthropic has found a strong position with developers, focusing on coding, while xAI, despite the hype, faces significant challenges in infrastructure and customer acquisition. And speaking of how companies are tackling this race, remember our chat about DeepSeek. They've shown a fascinating path through what's called distillation. This is essentially transferring knowledge from very large teacher models to train smaller, more efficient student models. DeepSeek used this to build their R1 model, distilling learning from open-source models like Llama 3 and Qwen 2.5, and even distilled their R1 model for post-training of V3 to add reasoning capabilities. This strategy makes the training process much cheaper and more effective, allowing smaller models to benefit from the extensive computations of larger ones without needing to replicate all that work themselves. This approach could be a key factor in how China ends up commoditizing both AI and the chips needed to run it. If powerful AI becomes more accessible and less exclusive, it could greatly benefit companies that can leverage it widely, rather than just those building the biggest models. Summing up, we have that Meta is pushing the race with its Superintelligence Lab initiative. However, at the moment, its model is lagging behind. Apple has minimal infrastructure, but counts with a partnership model. Google has the best AI infrastructure and data advantage. However, adoption still lags behind. Microsoft has a large infrastructure and a not-too-stable partnership with OpenAI. Amazon has a large infrastructure and a more stable partnership with Anthropic. That's all for today on SkyTech Science. Thanks for tuning. If you liked what you heard, share it with a friend, follow the podcast, and let us know what topic you'd like us to explore next. I'm Hector Duran, and I'll catch you next time as we explore the cutting edge of science and technology.